morning, soul family. Don't you give up. I won't give up. Let me love you. That's what Spirit says to us. Don't give up. Let me love you. Look at this weather we've got today. This is like when I lived in Hawaii. Actually, when did I live in Hawaii? Okay, I feel like I lived in Hawaii because I went every summer for a month and a half. But isn't that weird to say that? It's like when I lived in Hawaii. Okay, so I must have lived in Hawaii. Or a part of me lived in Hawaii in another life. But anyway, this is what it was kind of like, right? You go outside or you look out the window and you're like, oh man. You come out here and it's warm, right? This is like tropical storms, which I love. I love the color of the water with the gray clouds reflected. It's just like that gunmetal gray. I love it. It's like titanium, right? Like our shielding, our protection. Yeah, love it. Anyway, so our little conehead went to the doctor today, Prince, to be checked out to see how he's doing, and he's doing fantabulous, but he's got to keep his shield up until the weekend. Isn't that interesting? Got to keep his shield up to the weekend, and then he's all good to go. And he's moved in with my landlord. My landlord's got, this house that I live in is ridiculous. It's like 5 stories, 4 or 5, well, it's actually 5 stories. You only see 4 of them because one is down underneath. But it just goes, it's like the house that Jack built. It just goes on and on and on and on. And let me turn the radio off. And he has, on the far end of the house, the opposite end from where I live, is his studio, which he used to rent. He rented out like once. But it's where he does his work. He works up in the studio. And it's like he calls it his man cave. He's got man caves everywhere in this house, though. And he gave it to Prince. He's like, this is where Prince can hang. And he works there every day. I work on this side of the house. He works on that side of the house. And he says, you know, Prince just wants to be with somebody. And it just wasn't working with my cats. You know, for Liger and Lily, Liger wouldn't even go out and use his cat box. He was trying to pee inside Lily's cat box, which he couldn't fit into, which meant I was constantly cleaning up the urine. I know there's so many messages I'm getting in this, but you know what? I don't even care to figure it out. I'm sick of trying to figure out shit. I really am. And it just worked out great because he is absolutely in heaven. Somebody just posted, I actually made a comment on, and this is Spirit talking to me again. It's my higher self. I posted this, you guys. I don't know if you saw it. Here we got Sedona, right? Look at Sedona. Damn. It's incredible. One of the most fantastic places in the world, and I have lived there. And I would love to live there again. And I think, you know, sometimes Spirit keeps showing us something, and there's a reason. Anyway, I wrote, what did I call it? Sedona. And then my friend John says, The Calling. And I said, yes, it is. Must be. So, looks like I'm down to 2 cats again. Thank you guys again for all of your love and support and donations, generous donations. My door keeps opening and closing. Isn't that weird? My door, well, I know it's the wind that's doing it, but remember the osprey was flying above and it wasn't moving because the wind was holding it back. And now the wind keeps opening and closing the door. So the wind's a change. They're opening and closing. One door opens, another closes. So maybe this door is closing here and opening up to Sedona again. I just keep thinking, you know, I want to be where my soul family is, or where there's a spiritual community. And I loved Wisconsin. I loved being with my friends there, but I suited Sedona better. So it looks like maybe that's happening. We shall see. So today we're working with the Wisdom of the Golden Path. That's the first message deck we're working with. And then we're working with something from the Psychic Tarot. Just because my eyes laid upon those, and that's what Spirit says. Oh, and the reading yesterday that was so gnarly and intense, it was dead on. I literally, about half an hour, actually, you know what? It was a 2-part, and one part was being uploaded, and the other part was done. I got a work call from one of my regular clients, and I told you I've been dreaming about this scenario for the last many, many months, right? Everything that I spoke about was happening to my client. Absolutely everything that I spoke about. The drugs, the big brother coming, you need to get out of there, this person's sucking you down, this person is an energetic vampire. Every single thing that was spoken about was happening in this person's life. And I'm sure, like I said, that the messages that go out, they sound like, you know, if it's not you, you think, oh, it's got to be just one person. But it isn't. There are more people going through things than you realize, and Spirit knows who to line up with who, right? Which messages to go out that are going to apply to the most amount of people. But for me, it was like, you know, clearly I was dreaming with it because I work with her. I work with this person almost every day. And so I did a real major cord cutting and said, you know, I don't want to dream with you. I don't want to dream with my clients. I don't want to be wondering, you know, who else this is affecting. And but I was shown last night that the Silver Queen is a man. It's a queen, but it's a man. It's got long hair and it's silver. It was a man, though. They call him Donald Trump in my dreams. And you think about what you think about Donald Trump. I actually think about what I think about Donald Trump, and that's what I think about that man. And he's got 2 boys, and he's not nice, and not my friend. But also in my dream, everywhere I went, I don't know who I was, but somebody had taken something that didn't belong to them, and it was this man's, this wealthy man, and he got caught, but he didn't get caught the way you think. The money was given to, most of the money was given to the man. The man was very generous, and he handed it back to the people. He said, here, you take some and you take some. And then this person felt guilty for what they had taken. And he said, no, it's okay. I took this from you. And then the man proceeded to try and, it's weird. It was like he was punishing him. But everything that he did, like he gave him these pills he was supposed to swallow. Think about that. Took it down like a pill to swallow, right? And he didn't want to swallow them. And as I say that, I literally have a flock of swallows. I have to show you. That's crazy. There was a flock of them. Look. Barn swallows. Look at them. I've never in my life seen that many go by all of a sudden. I looked out the window just as soon as I saw that. Those were barn swallows, okay? Now the barn swallow, did you see that? That was crazy. Okay, so the barn swallow is the harbinger of hope, okay? So he took it down like a pill to swallow, and he tried to spit it up. He didn't want to, he thought, I'm being poisoned. He didn't trust what he was getting, this person in the dreams. Everything that happened, everything that this man came to do, or I don't know what it was bizarre, but everything that happened, I'm watching them again, there's more. All going down by the water. A flock. Okay, there's more there. They're all the barn swallows. So the barn swallows are harbingers of hope. I can't get over it. There's more. They're all, I can't get over this. There's so many of them. Okay, see, you'll see them maybe when let's zoom in and watch them fly by here. See if they go by here. I just have to show you because I've never seen a flood. There they are right there. See, can you see them move across the water? Barn swallows. Look at them, look at them, look at them. Hope, 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 hope. Nothing but hope everywhere. Everywhere. All around you, there's hope. It looks like it's gray and cloudy, and you feel like, you know, things are hopeless, but it's clearly not. There's nothing but hope everywhere around you, and like in my dream. Here they come around again. They're doing a circle. They're circling around me. They're circling around my house. God, that's amazing. I can't get over this. They're literally they're dancing in the air. Harmony. I was surrounded by hope, okay? Now, in the dream, the man or the person who I am watching or being, I don't know who I was, but I mean, I have hope. So I was with somebody who felt hopeless. I was with somebody who felt like everybody was out to get them. And every single thing that he thought was going to happen, like this, he thought this bomb was going to detonate. It didn't detonate. And this little fox came up and brought a light, like a light bulb. And the man gave the fox the light bulb. And when the light bulb, he tried to throw the light bulb away, and the fox kept coming back and bringing the light back, and he was terrified of it. But it didn't detonate. It was fear. There was fear itself. There was nothing going wrong. It was all in his mind. This man who he stole from, he took something from, was actually generous and gave to him. He didn't have to steal it. He could have had it. He would have given it to him. It was amazing. It was amazing, the dream. I mean, and to look at the harbingers of hope flying around like that. I mean, it just goes to show. I mean, I had a message from somebody yesterday, and they said, I'm defeated. And I didn't want to respond. I thought, you know what? I don't want to respond to this. It frustrates me when you speak this way. I've talked to you a million times and you constantly say, I'm defeated. I recognize that you're looking for help, but don't send that energy out. You know what you're doing. You know you're not defeated. You're not defeated. And so I waited, and then I sent just a meme, like, you know, and I wrote about it yesterday, about on those days when you feel like, you know, you're never gonna get up. You know, we've all had that's it. It's the end. You're done. You've hit the bottom, and you're not gonna get to the top, and you're never gonna get out of this alive. And you know that, you know, that's the end of it. There's nothing you can do. You know, we've all been there. We've all been in a place where you don't think you're gonna get out of it. But that's not the truth. Here, I'm gonna bring it up because this is what I sent to this. Okay, on particularly rough days, when I'm sure I can't possibly endure, I like to remind myself that my track record for getting through bad days so far is 100%, and that's pretty good. So then I said, you know, we've been to the bottom, and we knew we'd never get up, but we did. Yes, it feels like shit. We're disillusioned, we're tired, we're disappointed, we're angry, we're frustrated, etc. On and on and on. And we need to honor these emotions and allow our bodies and minds to release them. But we don't get to stay there. We get into an Epsom salt bath with gentle, clearing, uplifting essential oils. We cry all of those toxins out of our bodies, and we rant and we rave until we're exhausted if we feel we need to. We call upon and talk to our angels, our spiritual team, to come to our aid. We call upon our Father to fill us with a sense of peace and calm. We ask that we be given the strength to surrender it all to Spirit, to carry for us. But we don't roll over and die. Not if we are awake. We recognize those feelings as ego, and we do whatever we need to lift our vibration. Once we do so, we will feel ourselves balancing out once again. Once there, then we take a look at our situation to see where adjustments are necessary, and then we take those steps. So you look out and it's all gray and dismal and things look like shit, and you get an absolute flock of barn swallows flying by you. A flock of barn swallows. Telling you that there's reason for hope. And just like in my dream, it was all in this person's head. It wasn't real. No one was out to get you. No one was coming to get you. No one wanted to hurt you. The light was coming to you, not to expose you, to hurt you, but to show you where to go. So let me see. I know. So the barn swallow, they talk about joy. They know their joy. And you think about a barn swallow. Door just shut by the wind. Let the door shut. Don't kick a door open that's shutting, okay? It's meant for a reason. You think about the way that the barn swallows were dancing in the air, right? They're dancing. They love that feeling of freeness, and they play. When you think about barn swallows, they build their nests up high. They build up in buildings, under bridges, on the tops. They build up high. And what's interesting is I'm just looking outside. There's more coming. I'm looking again. Okay, hold on. What do they want to tell me? There's something about the number 8. And I didn't bring this up in the reading, the weekly reading. I got the number 8, and I was talking about how it meant get to work, light worker. You've got all the prerequisites ready in place. You have everything you need to move forward. But the number 8 also talks about abundance coming to you, and I'm thinking about that dream and the abundance of swallows, the abundance of hope. In that dream, the wealthy benefactor, oh my God, you guys, I'm going to go outside and tell you this. He came to deliver something to that person. He didn't want anything from that person. He was just giving. Where are you? Did you fly away? There was a yellow Oriole on the, there it is, right there. See on the very top of the palm branch right there? That's a yellow Oriole. And it's a female. It's a hooded female. I know that because Uncle Phil took a look at it for me. I don't know if you can see it, but she's holding on. And see again, she's up high. She's taking a look from the top. So we've got the yellow Oriole, and we've got the harbingers of spring and hope. Okay, so everything was coming for you. Everything was coming to you. You had an abundance of whatever you needed was going to be brought to you by Spirit. It was going to be whatever you needed, not just money. In my dream, I watched the man bring money. I watched him bring light. He brought whatever was necessary, whatever you needed. You know what? I left the room, and I didn't even have to leave the room because I could see her perfectly right from my window. She's right there. The yellow Oriole. So you don't even have to leave your room to get your messages. You don't. Our messages are within us. We can sit here and we get messages like this from animal messengers, right? We get messages from our dreams. So when you talk about the barn swallow, they lay eggs between 3 to 8 eggs. Okay, so 3, full circle completion, the ascended masters. 8, we talked about abundance, knowledge, wisdom, help, assistance, financial support, happiness, good humor, friendship, love, whatever it is that you need to move forward. Ideas, connections, right? Meeting the right people at the right time. So after 3 weeks, then the new clutch hatches. So 3, again, the number 3, full circle completion. So those are the numbers that keep coming up. They observe from a higher perspective. They talk about joyful movement. That's why they're dancing in the air. Fluidity, because you see how they move so smoothly. They can turn on a dime. It's the sharpness within them, the beauty. They're absolutely gorgeous. But they're an enduring symbol of a promise to return. Because you think about the swallows, if you guys know anything about San Juan Capistrano, which is literally right across the mountains from where I live. If I drive up over the Ortega Mountains, right there, that's San Juan Capistrano, and it's known for the swallows. The swallows return every year. So that's what it's talking about, a return to something. They indicate passion, union, love, journey, a safe travel, and a lover returning home to the family. That's what, and I just saw a flood of them out there. Wow. They talk about fertility, rays of sunshine, protection around your home. If there's a conflict in your home, it's soon to be resolved in a peaceful, happy way. You know? Love, protection, peace, happiness, connection, full circle, completion. So many beautiful things that come forward from the barn swallow, and we are not where we think we are. We are, today we're here, we are at this moment, but it's always changing. It's forever changing. The winds of change are moving constantly. One door closes, yes, but another door opens. So the swallow comes forward to tell you if you need to release yourself from any past worries or pain that you've suffered, now's the time to do it. It's also telling you that there's somebody in your life that's causing you distress or conflict. That's what's around there. So this is about healing. And it's, again, like symbolizing hope and prosperity, a symbol of fertility and the mother, maternal instincts, that nurturing. So it's interesting that the swallows prefer to nest under a bridge. We build a bridge from where we are to where we're going. Or under window ledge. Under the window ledge. The window is the window to the world. The bridge from where you want to go. From here to there. Interesting. So they will tell one thing that's interesting also about the one who feels like they can't get out. They're out of prison. Remember hearing about that person that felt they loved this person, but they weren't able to get out. And it could have been a mental prison. It could have been that they were remember we were shown that this overprotective parent, this queen, wasn't allowing them out of their gilded cage. Well, a swallow will not mate in captivity. They must be free. So that's what comes to mind. Is there something about your freedom? Are you feeling, maybe that's why you haven't wanted to get into a relationship. You thought you'd lose your freedom. And in true love, in real love, in unconditional love, whether that be familial love or between lovers, there is no captivity. We have to have freedom. Freedom is essential. We have free choice, free will. Love is not something that's demanded. It's something that's given freely. Right? If you feel like you're a captive, you're in the wrong spot. Freedom. So I'm going to leave that, and I know that the warbler is also speaking about speaking up. And we'll just do a little, I won't go deep into the warbler because I want to get onto our cards. It's just that, I sit in this window. That's why I'm blessed to be in this spot that I am, in this eagle's nest. And I call it the eagle's nest because that's where eagles also, they perch very high. And this is where they have their babies, where they're safe. They're high up above everything, right? But where I'm high up, that's also about coming to a higher perspective. And when you look out from things from a higher perspective, you see a lot going on down below you, right? You see things more clearly. So spirit also is represented by the eagle. So I sit in this eagle's nest, And I see things from a higher perspective. I see things from Spirit's perspective. And that's why Spirit wants us to rise higher. Oh, I'm going to stop by Swallow really quick. Because Swallow, the way they moved and darted, you know, when I don't know if, I hope you guys were able to see them. They were quite little, I realized. But how they darted quickly, like on a dime, they would switch. And how the fox kept coming up in my dream last night, the fox that had the light. And the person was so afraid of the light coming to them, right? But the Swallow talks about thinking quickly, reacting appropriately, using your thoughts quickly, right? It's about nesting instincts. It's about creating something from nothing. I mean, they build under a bridge, under a window ledge. They build in precarious places, but they're able to stick. It's also, are you moving with the flow of thoughts and ideas? Are you moving with the flow of others? Are you working in cooperation with others? Because Swallow shows love and communication, but it's paired with trust. There has to be trust. You're not going to feel like you're stuck in a relationship, family, or love if there's trust amongst you and freedom, right? That's the way it is meant to be. So the Swallow shows how love and communication and trust work to the highest good. It's about renewing the environment around you and riding the favorable air currents and the tailwinds to stay above anything that comes in your way. You move quickly. If it's not a favorable wind, take that wind and shift to go to a different direction. They were circling around this house. They were going from one place to another, right? Quickly, they were following the wind. When the door shut, I said, bam, door shutting behind me. It's opening and closing, opening and closing. That could be somebody's fear and it's like their ego mind fighting with their spiritual mind, right? Open, close, open, close, open, close. I start to move forward. I start to move back. Then the door just shut. It's like, you know what? Shut that door. Close the door on the fear. Close the fear on the past. Close the door on the past. Move forward, right? So the Warbler, it's about expressing yourself, your ideas. It's about focusing your energy. It's about getting out and socializing because maybe you've been up in your tower too long. We've gotten that before. Get out and socialize. The Warbler will teach you how to sing what your soul wants to sing, your soul song. Shows you how to endure with what you're going through and use the patience that we all have that we don't want to use. We're sick of being patient, but we've got it in there, right? And we've got the tenacity. We've got the ability to endure. We all have that. So it shows us how to use our patience and our tenacity in the best way. Are you singing to your best of your ability? Are you raising your voice with confidence? Are you moving in the direction that you want to go, that you need to go? Call upon the Warbler to help guide you. Oh, they're telling us listen to the music. What about us? What about trust? What about love? What about us? We came, you called and we came. But what about all the, blah, 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 blah. It's like you've you've been that stifled, bored, stuck person. You've tried to, be a gentleman or a lady. You've tried to toe the line. You've tried to keep the peace. But what about my life? What about our life? What about us? What about love? What about trust? What about that? Maybe you need to call upon the Warbler to help you use your voice. Look at the winds of change today. Wow. Wow. Big gust right then when I said that. Okay. Wisdom of the Golden Path. What about us? It's our turn. Time to have a life now. Right? Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. Time to move. Those swallows were moving through the sky. They were twisting and turning, and if it didn't feel good, they went in a different direction. Nothing held them back. They knew where they were going. They were in touch with their fluidity. They were in touch with their own soul's rhythm. They weren't afraid of the winds of change. They went with the winds of change. They used the winds of change. Think of the eagle. How the eagle doesn't fly, doesn't hunker down and hide out when the winds get high. He uses the wind to raise him higher and flies above the storm. Correct neutrality. Here we go. First card. Wow, this is you. This is you. This is the dream that I watched. Damn. Bondage. You see this person wrapped on that. You know what? I looked at, when I first saw that, immediately the first thing that came to mind is family tree. I am bound by this family tree. I'm being held down. It's torture to me. I hate it. I feel naked. I feel exposed. I feel vulnerable. And I've got metal cords wrapped around me is what it feels like. But in all reality, it's an illusion. You feel barren. You feel bereft in this landscape that's harsh, and the winds of change are whipping around you. There's lightning. I mean, this is exactly who I was watching in my dream last night. Everyone was out to get you. Everything was going to go wrong. You were going to be punished. And that benevolent person that you stole from that wanted to punish you, they didn't want to punish you. They were going to give it back. They were going to give it to you anyway. So maybe it's your own guilt. Maybe that's what you need to speak up. Maybe you're carrying guilt and it's keeping you bound because this is your own bondage. You're beautiful. You have the ability that all of us have. You have the ability to be compassionate, loving, wise, generous, like that benefactor. Someone to lead the way, to light the way. Look at how strong this body is. I look at that body. That body's in shape. That body is hard as rock. You could bounce a quarter off that guy. But you're allowing negative thoughts to keep you a prisoner, just like I watched in my dream. It's time to free yourself of the guilt. You felt, the person in my dream felt so guilty. He was running everywhere. Guilt, 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 guilt. So worried that he was going to be punished because of what he did. And you know what? No one else was thinking about it. Only him. So stop focusing on the negative, just like I said with my friend. And I sent her that message, and she said, you know what, you're right. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. And you know what? That makes me think of a song. And I think that's why someone's feeling guilty. I know it is. Sometimes, I'm going to read it to you because there's many different ways that you can understand this song. I know what it means for me, but I mean, for what I've been watching. The song is called Ahead of Myself by the Ex-Ambassadors. I love these guys. These are awesome. I thought I was ready for someone else. But every time I get ahead of myself, I thought I was rock steady, that I didn't need no help. But every time I get ahead of myself, I get ahead of myself. I guess I went ahead and jumped the gun again. Some shitty situation that I put you in. And I know we poured champagne. Maybe we were just too quick to celebrate. Now, stop at that moment. This could apply to anything. I thought I was ready. I thought I was ready to take this job. It was overwhelming for me. I thought I was ready to leap into this relationship. But I wasn't quite ready. I thought I was ready to move out on my own, but I wasn't quite ready. I thought I was ready for someone else. I thought I was rock steady. I went and I got ahead of myself, babe. Yeah, I get ahead of myself, babe. I know that I was the first to say I love you, babe. I moved things to your apartment, my things. I thought I'd clean the slate, but I guess I didn't clean it all away. This was somebody. I thought I was ready for someone new. Every time I get ahead of myself, thought I was rock steady, that I didn't need any help. But every time I get ahead of myself, I get ahead of myself, babe. I thought I was ready for someone new. So this one had been hurt in a relationship in the past. Or this person thought they had their drinking under control. I thought I was ready. I thought I was ready to move on, but I thought I didn't need any more help, but I did. I thought I could do this on my own without anybody else's support. I thought I could go out and be the lone wolf and start this business up, and I didn't need anyone else to help me. But I got ahead of myself. I thought I could do this without spirit. I thought I could move forward on my path and take care of my business and do my things and go back to that later. But I got ahead of myself. I thought I was rock steady, but I wasn't. I thought I had my feet on my spiritual path, but I let myself be swayed. I fell off my path. I started going at things in life like the lone wolf, and I didn't let anyone in. I kept myself isolated. I moved away from my soul family. I might have moved away from my real family. All I know is I thought I was ready to do it all by myself, and I realized I can't do anything by myself. And that doesn't make me weak. I felt guilty for everything that I'd done. I told someone I was ready for a relationship, but I wasn't, and I was afraid, and I ran. I thought I could do this business by myself, and I took off, and I was mean, and I took off, and I did my own thing, and I was disrespectful, and I didn't appreciate the help that you gave me, but I wasn't ready. I thought I didn't need you, God. I thought I could do it without you. I was angry. I thought I didn't need AA. I thought I could just stop drinking by myself. I didn't need any help. I thought I could do it by myself, Mom, Dad. I'm sorry I was disrespectful. I'm sorry I didn't appreciate your help. I thought I could do it by myself. But I got ahead of myself. And I feel so guilty. I feel so bad. I'm wrapped up in a prison of my own guilt, my own fear, my own worry. I don't have to be here on this mountain by myself. Because Spirit's all around me. I have family. I have soul family, even if I don't have physical family. And maybe I do have physical family. And maybe I just need to go back. And I need to talk to everybody. Because those birds that we were talking about talked about the swallows, that whole flood of swallows talked about healing in loving relationships. Healing in whatever situation was going wrong. You may not have a physical family that wraps their arms around you, but there was a myriad of swallows. Those were angels. That was Spirit. Stop focusing on the negative and see the positive. Your attitude can make things horrible or wonderful. Pay attention to what you see outside. You can look outside, as I said the other day, and you could see it's a cold, windy day. Ugh, there's no sun. I walked outside, and I saw the color on the ground of the reflection of the gray clouds on the water, like gunmetal, like titanium, like a shield of protection. The clouds are like a coverage. Protection. All of those swallows, they were incredible. Then that beautiful, brilliant yellow warbler, the color of the sun, the divine masculine. Even on this gray, dismal day, I saw that beautiful yellow. And talking about happiness and new growth. There's a lot of green out there. Love, healing, growth. The yellow talks about just because I don't see the sun today doesn't mean it's not going to be out tomorrow, because it will. It's coming and it's going to be really hot in a few days. Right? It's about sunshine. It's about happiness. It's about looking for that. It's about focusing my attention on that instead of that. Because this isn't even real. My whole dream last night, I watched that. This person running from everyone that was out to get him, and no one was out to get him. Nothing blew up. Nothing poisoned him. That little fox kept trying to bring the light. So free yourself from these negative thoughts as soon as you become aware of them. But first you need to become aware of them. Maybe we need to speak out and point things out like this. When people say things like that, you know, this is about, in the last 10 minutes, you've said about 30 negative things. Do you realize that? Yeah, well, when you're not feeling good, I understand. And when I feel negative, you say to me, hey, you know what? Let's make things a little more happy. Let's lighten things up, hey? Let's stop focusing on the negative. That's why we're here, right? When I'm down, you lift me up. When you're down, I lift you up. That's what friendship is about. That's why we have soul family. That's why we have love. That's why you have a partner. That's why you shouldn't feel afraid to be in a relationship with somebody who's on their spiritual path and who's awake and who actually truly loves you. If they're your friend, they're there to help you lift you up. When you feel down, because we all feel down, we all get to that place. I was just in that place, but I know what I'm supposed to do. First thing I do is go to Spirit. Right? We need to rely on one another. So what did Spirit say? Go away from blame, judgment, anger, ridicule. Go towards love, forgiveness, compassion, understanding. Go to soul family. Go to Spirit. Every time you catch yourself saying or thinking something negative, replace that with something positive. There's going to be something that you can find that's positive. Eventually, you'll be free of this pattern, because this is a pattern that you have created for yourself. This perceived darkness that you see all around you, there is light everywhere. There's light swirling. I love this kind of weather, P.S. Thunderstorms, lightning, and I go out and play. I go out in the rain. In Wisconsin, we had gnarly thunderstorms, sheet lightning, fork lightning that hit the ground. I was always outside. I love it. It energizes you. That energy, you can use that purposefully in a positive direction. Look at the highest spiritual color. Use that energy. You're not bound by that energy. Suck it in and throw it out. Zoom that, pull that in through all of your chakras. Take it in through your crown and through your throat, through your heart. Pull it in tight and then let it build inside of you, and then shoot that out energetically in a positive way. I'm free to do and be anything I choose, says the solar plexus. Says the color yellow. Says the sun, divine masculine, the color of the warbler. I'm free to go wherever I choose. I'm not held here. You think you're a victim? You're not a victim. You're only a victim if you say it yourself. Don't be a martyr. You're the one that keeps you there. My mind and heart are full of light and love. I go where I choose. I say what I feel. I am me. Powerful. Powerful. Let me take a drink of my, hold on a second. Gotta take a drink of my chia water. You guys take a peek out here while I'm doing that. I love chia water. Gotta tell you, I'm addicted to chia water. You have addictive tendencies? My whole family, all the men in my family, except for my son, my grandson, and my brother. No, not my brother. Sorry, he is. My cousin, my son, and my grandson. Every other member, alcoholics, all the way back. The males, not the females. But we all have addictive tendencies for something, right? Switch your addiction to something good. I'm addicted to chia water. I'm addicted to nature. I'm addicted to music. I'm addicted to climbing rocks. I'm addicted to animals. I'm addicted to positive energy. I'm addicted to soul family. I am. That's a good thing to be addicted to. I'm addicted to spirit. I am. I am addicted. My daughter and I, you know, we are, and my mother as well, we all have the addictive tendencies, and whatever it is that we're into, we are into it. So then you might as well use that. If you've got that in you, then be into something good. Be into yoga, be into spirit, be into giving, be into laughing, be into singing, right? Be into something positive. My daughter saves chameleons. She's a Chameleon Rescue Association. She created herself. She's an artist. My son's an artist. My son's a musician. We throw ourselves in. That is the addictive tendency in our family. We see it. It's called obsessive compulsive disorder. And you know what? Some of us are never going to get away from that. So then we channel that energy in a positive way. I'm always going to be a talker. So I might as well talk about something that helps me and other people, right? Correct neutrality on all levels. One more card from this, and then we're going to take one from the Psychic Tarot. It's so funny on days like this kind of weather where other people get quiet and snuggle in. I feel I'm just so energized. I'm energized by this kind of stuff. I know how that energy affects my body and how I can use it. It lifts me. The golden path within. Look at the color yellow around us, you guys. Okay, first of all, look at the color yellow around us, right? Look at my tiger. Yellow. I don't focus on the black. I'm focusing on the yellow. There's brown here too, which is grounding. And here's this one walking through this forest. There's cobwebs. But you know what? They look like golden strands. You know, it's how you look at things, right? She could be scary going through that forest, right? I don't see any leaves on those trees. You could say that those branches are gnarly and they're reaching out and they're going to grab her, right? She could freak herself out thinking all of the negative thoughts about what she sees or what she experiences around her, like that person that was thinking about all of the, you know, the negative energy and the negative and the worries. She's walking along, she's holding her hands in front of her, right? But I look at that and I see there's light up there coming through, and these little cobwebs that hang down, it's kind of like they're vines. They're golden vines. They're like, and I think about the spider's web. You can be afraid of spiders, or you can think that they're masters of creativity. And these are like jewels. Have you ever seen a cobweb or a spider's web after it rains, or in the morning with dew, or in the snow? Oh, they're works of art. They're magical. And I was walking through the forest, 2 weeks ago when I did our weekly reading, and I saw this. I took a picture of it, and you can't really see very well what I could see. But what they were these vines. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys something while I'm talking about this. The vines that were going across, and they looked like, and I looked at them, and they looked like a curtain, like a veil. I want to show you. I want to show you what could be creepy and what could be turned into something magical. Look at that. That's a cobweb. It looks like lace. Isn't that incredible? I mean, that's what a spider does. Creation. The web of creation. How are you creating? What are you creating in your life? Your thoughts. I mean, that's incredible. So you can look at something and think, ooh, yuck, right? Look at this one. Doesn't it look like lace and jewels hanging? You can look at something and see something awful, or you can look at something and see something incredibly beautiful. But this face, you've lost your way. I don't know where I am. Where's my family? Where's my friend? I don't know. I've fallen off my path. I'm confused. I don't know which direction I'm supposed to go. I don't even know what I want right now. Well, Spirit's telling you right now, it's not in your head. It's in your heart. What do you feel? Go to where you feel love. Go to where you feel included. Go to where you feel strong, where you feel safe, where you feel exhilarated, where you feel inspired. Where is that for you? Find your way home. You have to follow this golden path, but it's within your heart. You can close your eyes and ask yourself all of those questions. Where is your heart leading you? Your heart leads you home. Where is home to you? Who is home to you? Imagine this golden color all around you, like the warmth of the sun radiating. Keep your eyes closed and see that golden path. The path is now lit up by the warmth sun, and now you can see the green leaves on the trees, and the wind is blowing. What is that sound up ahead? Is that a deer walking through the forest? Where is it going? Where do I feel pulled? Which way looks interesting to me? When I was in, where was I? Kings National Forest, Kings National Sequoia. I sat down inside of a giant, burned out, hollowed tree. And the tree wasn't dead, but it was hollowed out from the inside because trees grow on the outside. Did you know that? They grow out. Even the inside can be completely hollowed, but they continue to grow on the outside. So I'm down inside of this giant hollow tree, and I was doing a reading. I have the reading recorded. It's pretty cool. I could look for it, and I'll share it later. And I'm in there, and as I looked out, there was 2 little openings. The one opening that I crawled in, and then there was a smaller one to the right. And when I looked out, there were 2 different paths. One was lit up. I could see quite a bit. I could see trees. I could see the path. And that was the one to the left. Isn't that interesting? The heart side to the left. And then the one to the right, it went uphill. It was a smaller one. I couldn't see a lot there, but I was really intrigued by that one. Because sometimes the easiest path isn't the path that we need to take. And I went to the right. Now, I said my heart side was on the left side. But the right side, the right way for me to go was to the other side. Isn't that interesting? You've got to get really clear. What is your heart saying and what is your head saying? My head said that was my heart side, but I was pulled to the right, even though it went uphill. So I heard this noise. I've got my eyes closed as I'm talking to you guys right now. I know you can't see me, but I do that when I channel because I get really, really into where I'm at, and I'm there right now. So I'm hoping you are closing your eyes as you're listening and you're imagining your own place. And as I was inside there, I was doing the reading and I was talking about these 2 paths, and I didn't realize until after I finished the entire reading and I went to look back at it, that the light that was coming in was so bright that it blurred the path out. You couldn't see the paths that I could see. But the thing is, you aren't going to see the paths that I see because I was following my heart's path. You're going to see something different. Everybody is. And that was good for all intents and purposes of the reading. I felt bummed that you guys couldn't see what I could see, but when I left there, I showed it to you. So I went out the right side that was up higher. I heard this little noise, and what was there was the most beautiful mule deer. She was gorgeous, and I followed her up the path, up this rocky hill. She was very sensitive. She was very aware of her surroundings, but she was nervous. Or he. I said she because, you know what? It could have been a he because I just saw the most beautiful eyes with these beautiful long Bambi eyelashes, but I know who has eyes like that, and it's a man. I followed that little gentle deer that was going up the hill, trudging uphill. It was the most breathtaking view. I'm glad I went that way. It was a hike, but it was worth the view when I got there. So sometimes the path we follow is going to be more challenging. Sometimes it's going to be a lot of hard work that we have to put in to follow after who and what we love. But when we get there, it's sure worth it. So right now, where are you on this golden path? And the gentle breeze blowing. What do you see at the end of the horizon? If you look out, I went up to the top of this amazing side of the mountain and I looked out over the valley and it was incredible. It was incredible. The view was just outrageous. So the golden path is your path in life. And the sun is where your soul is directing you. The little fox that kept coming and the person was running from the fox that had the light. He was trying to shine the light on the path. And that's what the sun is trying to do. You'll discover everything you need, everything you want. You know, I could have gone the left way. I would have found something that way too, but I chose to go to the right. And I found all kinds of beautiful things. I could always go back and go to the left, and I did. But I went to the right first. You don't have to figure out what in your head, what your heart knows. Sometimes we can't logically explain why we need to do what we're doing. But we know we do. And the way we go is forward. We move ahead. I am guided by an inner light. My path is clear and it's joyful. I go within and I discover my true purpose. I go within and I discover the entire universe. I just heard from Spirit that we're going to do one more card from this deck. We're not doing the Psychic Tarot today. See, we can always change our mind. We can be heading in one direction and say, you know what? Nah, doesn't call to me. I thought so at first. My eye, it called to my eye at first. But my heart said something different. So something may have called to your eye. Maybe the one who thought they weren't ready, who thought they were ready, they were going to go in one direction, but it didn't work out for them. They're going to come back and go into a different direction. Because maybe sometimes what your head tells you, what your eyes see, is not what your heart sees. Beauty is not skin deep. It comes from within. Interesting. Masquerade. Somebody's putting on a masquerade. Is it you? If this is coming in the negative, I'm not going to leave us on a negative note. I'm feeling a negative energy with this, with the look of this. But it could be a positive. I did that on purpose. Because of the dream. You know how everything that person thought was negative, but it wasn't. This one doesn't trust. But the truth of the matter is, someone is concealing part of the truth. You might need to look a little closer to see the real picture. There is deceit involved. You can understand what it is. Something's not right. And if something isn't right, and you can't believe it or you don't trust it, then you need to step back. Trust what you're feeling, because when a red flag goes up, you do need to trust that, right? You don't need to proceed. You don't need to be lured by somebody into a spider's web. You don't. So if you get a negative feeling, you don't want to get yourself all wrapped up in fear and hysteria. But if you have a red flag, there's a reason. Sometimes it just means stop, listen, wait, and allow it to show itself. That shadow that I see there, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to proceed. I'm going to wait until the light shines down upon it a little more, and I recognize that, oh, okay, it's just a tree. It's not really anything. But I am going to wait, and I'm not going to be stupid. I am going to be cautious. I'm going to pay attention, because my higher self gave me my instincts for a reason. It could be that someone is hiding their true feelings and that they actually love you. It could be that somebody has a secret, a surprise for you. But it could be that it's dangerous. So you're going to wait, and you're going to ask Spirit to shine your light. Remember that little fox that was trying to shine the light on something? They were running from something. They were. All throughout my dream, they were running from something. Now, what I'm getting now is that, yes, there was somebody that you couldn't trust. There was somebody that was doing something. But the truth of the matter is that they couldn't truly hurt that person. They were afraid of that person. But you know what? Darkness is afraid of the light. So the light will expose it. And once it's uncovered, their harm is no more. But you don't want to get involved in somebody, in a situation that makes you uncomfortable or that you can't see clearly. So you ask Spirit. So we're going to ask Spirit right now. Can you shed some light? It could be, there is somebody that's not telling the truth. There is somebody that's hiding something. Is it for the good or is it for the bad? We need to ask Spirit, can you help us? Can you shed some light on that? Hell, let's turn on the radio and see. Why don't you come on over? I can't let you go. Baby, why don't you meet me in the middle? Okay, this is about two people caring about each other. I want you to meet me in the middle. I love you, but they're not speaking up. So the masquerade, like I said, could be that someone actually is hiding their feelings for you. They actually care very much about you. They care for you, but they have wrapped themselves up in fear, maybe guilt, worry, who knows, just like what we've gotten. So then Spirit's encouraging them to see the light, follow the path, but let's see. Seasons of the heart. Okay. I look at this one and look at this one cry. I stood this way as a child my entire life. If you see pictures of me as a little girl, that's how I stand. And I now recognize, I didn't at the time, it looks like defiance, right? But it's not. It's self-protection. And when somebody comes across that way, you may think that they're stuck up, that they have an attitude, that they don't like you, when in all reality, they're trying to protect themselves. So that's what's going on. Somebody is hiding their true feelings. They are trying to protect themselves. There's no need for fear. Everything is unfolding as it's meant to. I've got prickles in my left hand, so I'm getting confirmation is that's what the confirmation is. There is not somebody out to get you. There's somebody hiding because they're afraid to tell you what they truly feel. So Spirit wants you to trust. Take your hands down. Stop. Look at the color all around you. That's heart chakra. That's green. There's also yellow. I am worthy. I am capable. I can do anything I set my mind to. There's a healing that's taking place. This growth here. Take your hands down. You don't have to hide yourself. Allow yourself to be open, naked, vulnerable, exposed, like that person on that tree. But don't wrap yourself in fear. Recognize that Spirit is there for you. It's flowing around you. It's loving. Spirit wants to help you. Every part of your life has a challenge. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be uphill trudges, right? But it's worth it. We learn lessons from our challenges. They make us stronger. Whatever it is that's going on, sometimes we have to let go of something. What are you holding on to so tight? Freedom? Pride? Ego? The past? Are you holding on to the past and you're afraid to let it go because it's actually bringing you some sort of comfort? Sometimes, there are, like I said, professional sick people, professional sad people. They don't have to do anything. They can just be sick or sad or depressed and people feel sorry for them. They get attention and they don't have to do anything. Are you getting comfort from that? That's sick. That is sick. That's actually a disease. So maybe whatever it is, you need to let go of something. Surrender whatever it is. Maybe you're holding on too tight. Let it go. One door is closed. It slams shut behind us. But that means that another door will open. So right now, Spirit says all we need to do at this moment is trust. You don't need to fear anything. Everything is folding and unfolding in your highest good, whether it feels that way or not. I accept the changes of nature. We can't stop the changes and the cycles of nature. Spring, summer, winter, fall. They're going to do what they're going to do. We can't avoid it. So then we need to recognize everything is a blessing. Everything that is in my highest good is going to happen. What are you holding on to? Dang, you guys. I got one more. I got to get going here, though, Spirit. I got to get to work. Of course, Spirit knows that. See? Spirit knows that. I'm telling Spirit I got to get to work. And Spirit's like, we know what you need. And we know what everybody else needs, so get this out. Oh, it's my girlfriend, Kat Johnson's birthday. Happy birthday, Kat, if you're watching. That's my girlfriend in Wisconsin. Okay, so this is what, when I was shuffling, this is what happened, and I find this ironic. Not too ironic. I find it just hysterical as far as Spirit is concerned. I shuffled, and I want you to see the cards that came out. The one we just did. This one that we did, and this one. All of them. All of the ones that came out. Now that is to show you emphasis, okay? It's to show you there are no mistakes. I shuffle. I'm going to watch how I shuffle these cards. They are completely mixed up. I do it again and again and again. There's no way that those cards accidentally lined up that way. So those are the messages that we were meant to get in the order we were meant to get them. I'm going to continue to shuffle, and I'm going to ask for one more message. So someone is holding back their feelings. They're afraid. They're all wrapped up in fear, guilt. Mostly guilt is what I get. And fear, which is false expectations appearing real. You're expecting the worst, just like the person in my dream expected the worst to happen. But nothing they expected happened that way. So you had a flock of birds that were saying, there's reason for hope. One last message, Spirit, and we got to roll. All right. Love. What would love say? What would love do? You could think of, I watched the other day when I was doing our weekly reading, and I was at the forest, well, my little forest, down by the river, and there were these two turtles sitting on a rock like that. And I looked at them. They were in the sun. They were sunbathing, taking on that warmth of the sun. And there she is. Somebody that's come out of their shell, sitting on that little rock in the middle of the water, surrounded, and there's the sun, pulling at the little grass along the water's edge. That angel has wings. She can fly. But we do too. We can fly with spirit. So this angel is coming to you, and she's telling you there's more to life than your job. There's more to life than your degrees. There's more to life than your status. There's more to life than your BMW. There's more to life than your condo in Puerto Vallarta. There's more to life than your cruises that you take every summer. There's more to life than your 3-carat diamond ring. There's more to life than possessions. Spirit wants you to reconnect with nature. All of that is free. All of that's more important. All of that connects you to natural beauty, your spiritual essence, your actual truth of your own self. This is sacred. This is sacred. This is what Spirit gives us. Spirit wants you to connect to this essence and feel this energy. Feel the wind rushing through the trees. Look at the colors. Feel that moving through your body. That color of healing, and it's the color of green and yellow mixed together. It's the color of peridot. It's the color of green citrine. Look at. So there's your stones right now. Peridot. Peridot. The goddess element. So we'll do it quickly. Basically, because of the color, it's like the color of the forest. It's a symbol of, and you think of the color green, color is money, right? Abundance. So you think about abundance, but money isn't all the things. Remember, it's not about possessions. It's not about money, but it's about abundance and prosperity. That's what the peridot stands for. It's about your heart chakra. It's about feeling the love of the universe protecting you in your heart and allowing you to fall in love with little things like that. It helps you feel free. The energy that you get when you're connecting with nature. Peridot is the stone. I have a peridot bracelet that my best friend gave to me. I knew that I needed it. The Native Americans used it to cleanse their environment. They used it with their saging wands. So peridot on a sage stick would be awesome. You put it over your heart chakra to clear out any toxic emotions or anything that's blocking your heart chakra. It helps support your solar plexus, the color of yellow, right? I am worthy, I am capable, I can do anything I set my mind to. It helps give you the strength to persevere during any challenging times. Put it in your pocket, stick it in your bra. I always stick it in my bra. I'm going to put mine on today. Peridot. Peridot and green citrine. It's been a while since I spoke about crystals, so the green citrine. So it's about manifesting your biggest dreams. It's about lifting. You think about the color. This is the perfect color, right? Of that. So it's about lifting your energy. Think about the color. Think about lemon. The zest of lemon. Do you know lemon is the most amazing healer and cleanser for your body? You take a lemon and you put it in the freezer and you freeze it and then you shred it and put it in your water. The rind and the lemon inside. It's a cancer killer. It's amazing. I drink it in my chia water. So it's a cleanser. It's very, very valuable. Just like selenite. This is my selenite tower. This is a cleanser, right? This cleanses and charges other crystals. And that's what lemon does. And so that's what citrine does. If you were around toxic energy or negative energy, this is the one that will cleanse and rejuvenate you. It's about self-improvement, self-healing, self-love. This is the stone to help you be surrounded by loving, supportive, and caring people who will be for you when you're at the lowest. when you're not able to help yourself, or when you feel like you can't. If you're not willing to help yourself heal from a pain or a loss, or when you don't feel that you're getting the encouragement, you can't do it yourself, the energies of this crystal will help you because it carries the power of the sun. That's why I say every time that we have sunshine, spend 10 minutes in the sun. The power of the sun is amazing to help you feel sunny and cheerful again. That's why citrine needs to be with you. Helps you with depression. It lifts, it takes you away from fears and phobias, gives you a more optimistic attitude, helps you go with the flow, right? It helps you analyze situations in a positive way, not overanalyzing. Helps you find solutions to the problems. Keeps your emotions steady and calm, even if you are going through an incredibly challenging time. As far as health issues, if you've got urinary tract or kidney infections, this is a stone that I should put in Prince's water, right? He had urinary tract infection. Helps your endocrine system. People who suffer from any degenerative diseases, it helps. What's interesting about this stone, which I laugh. I mean, you're going to laugh your ass off because I'm going to want to literally bathe with an entire bathtub of this. My insecurity is I've got a cellulite at the back of my thighs, at the top of my thighs. It bothers me. Bothers me. This is a stone that helps remove cellulite because it helps with circulation. Isn't that amazing? It's a success stone. Brings abundance towards you and protects you and brings wealth. So, I mean, think about it. For love and relationships, it draws out the negative energies and brings the peace that you need to feel your emotions in an illuminated, happy way. Love, love, love. See, no mistake that my higher self speaks. And when my higher self speaks, I listen. And this is what we're meant to have. Just looking at the colors. It's a color. I looked at that. Citrine, peridot. Yep. You damn well need that. I certainly do. Heck yeah, heck yeah. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, get yourself some green citrine or put on your peridot bracelet. Just have it sitting on your work desk like I do. These were all charged under the full moon that we just had. The pink full moon, the color of the heart, right? They were all charged. And I said, I want to have some power on my work desk. And there it is, along with sodalite, my favorite blue stone. It's like denim. Denim. Like your favorite pair of jeans, right? Comfortable. So, right now, Spirit wants you to reconnect and rediscover the truth of who you are and allow your life to be transformed in positive ways. We know what's going on here. Stop with the fear. Stop with the worry. Stop with the guilt. Recognize that there's love available to you. You're holding yourself back in your own bondage. Allow your heart to pull you where you want to go and go there. Tell yourself, I reconnect with my true nature. My true nature is to be full of joy and love. My true nature is definitely infinitely beautiful and infinitely created and creative. Just like that incredible spider web that we saw. All those spider webs that we looked at, how beautiful they were. That's why when people say I'm afraid of spiders or spider webs are gross and whatever, I love every animal, every insect, and everything that they do because they're there for a reason. They've got something to teach me, and there's something beautiful to be found in everything and anyone. All right, you guys, I do have to get to work. It's 11:30. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.